good morning. I am Tammy Wood from the Zachary Community School District, and I am here with the team you just heard and their wonderful winning teacher to tell you the story of Zachary Community Support, which without the support of our district, none of us would be here today. I am the district coordinator of special programs, which means I wear lots of hats. And if you look real quick, we are, this is Copper Mill Elementary, and Zachary Community School District is made up of only 7 schools, I'm sorry. But we're a small district. We have been the #1 school district in Louisiana for the past 6 years, and we are very proud of our district, and our community is extremely supportive. This story starts over a year ago, and I'm sure some of you know this story, when I got an email saying about this wonderful program, and I phoned this man I had never met or heard of, Dr. Goldstein, and he told me all about, oh my gosh, you're gonna get to fly an experiment on a shuttle, and I'm like, of course we wanna do this. Is there a cost to this? Yes, it could be between $50,000 and $60,000. I said, well, when do I have to have it? Probably in about a week or two. I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen. And so my nerves were shot because I wanted to do it, but I was very busy. I said, I can't raise it within a month. So I said, Dr. Goldstein, thank you, but I can't do it. So my superintendent, Warren Drake, who you'll see in a little bit taking pictures of manatees, said, Tammy, did you get that email? I'm like, yes, but I can't talk about it. You know, we have to watch the taxpayers' dollars. I don't have that kind of money. So a month goes by, and I'm sure some of you got this phone call and said, Tammy. I said, yes, it's Dr. Goldstein again. He said, I think now we can do it for $15,000, $20,000. I'm like, well, when do I have to have it? You have to tell me today. I'm like, Dr. Goldstein, I can't do that. And one of my assistants said, don't do it, Miss Tammy. Don't do it. You're working 20 hours a day. Don't do it. So I said, I don't think I can do it, Dr. Goldstein, but I'll think about it. So that night, it's 9 o'clock. I'm on my way to email half the thing to Dr. Goldstein saying I can't do it. I said, you know, I better call my superintendent. So I called him. I said, Superintendent, do you think we could raise this much money? He says, are you kidding? We'll do free dress days to get those students to be able to do that experiment. So I called Dr. Goldstein, and Dr. Goldstein had already called my Louisiana Space and said, I've already gotten you partial funding. So that began a year-long experience that I'm sure some of you are familiar with major involvement from our community. And I just want to share Dr. Wafel and Dr. Guzik, LaSpace, I'm sure some of you people have the same type of consortium in your states, partial funded our project. And then we started and we said, how many teachers want to do it? And we had 5 brave teachers. And then I found Dr. Al Shipley at LSU, who was a NASA scientist who had experiments on the shuttle. He came out and gave all of our students pep talks about putting an experiment on the shuttle. And then we had 21 proposals. Well, who's going to read those proposals? Well, then I got Dr. Blevins from Southern University, who also work with NASA, and Dr. Clayton and Dr. Blackman, biologist and astrophysicist, who came on board and read the proposals. So now we have our winning proposal, and who we're very proud of, but they decided what murine myoblasts. It sounds great, but let's order them from Carolina. No, you can't order murine myoblasts from Carolina. You got to order them special and have somebody that can order them. And in comes our savior, Dr. Lynn and Dr. Bondioli, 2 professors at LSU who we owe our lives to. So there was a community effort, big time, and they're going to share a little bit more with you. But I also wanted to recognize, before I move forward, we wouldn't be here today without the parents who have given their holidays up for us many nights. So I'd like the parents of our team to show their community. I want to see our parent community, if they'd stand up real quick, and let's give them a hand. Thank you, thank you. I'm now gonna, without those parents, we wouldn't be here. I'm now gonna turn it over to the winning teacher, and that is Miss Cersei Bridges, who has done tons.
So we began this project, and across the district, we had 3 different schools that were participating. We had Copper Mill Elementary, Northwestern Middle School, and Zachary High School. And throughout those 3 schools, we had 133 students participate in the program. And those students wrote 21 proposals for our readers to judge. And these are just a few pictures of various students across the district Skyping with experts across the nation as they did research for hours on end, preparing for their proposals. And SSEP was not only just a wonderful experience for science, it just offered so many opportunities for our community to step in. And the students are going to tell you a little bit more about what happened in our community.
It was a regular day at school when a group of parents walked in. We all thought that was strange, but then we noticed it was everybody's parents from the experiment team. That was even stranger. Then we realized that we had won the competition. So Ms. Bridges pulled up a slide that said, "We are Cape Canaveral bound."
One day after school, we went to the East Baton Rouge Metro Council meeting and were honored by our Councilman Trey Welch and the rest of the council. He also donated $500 for us to go to Cape Canaveral.
The Zachary School Board meeting presentation. Another great opportunity for all the SSEP participants had was to present their presentations to the Zachary School Board meeting. Hundreds of people from all around Zachary came to watch, including grandparents, family, and friends. Even Dr. Gusick and Dr. Wafel came. Not only did they watch us present, but they also showed us the International Space Station hover above Zachary, which was pretty cool, by the way. Not only did we learn a lot about science through SSEP, but we learned about communicating and presenting in large groups just like we're doing today.
After we had presented our winning proposal, we were given awards that said we had won SSEP by the board members. This picture that you see was placed in many of our local newspapers. There were also announcements about us in many other newspapers, including the USA Today. We were also on some of our local channels, including Channel 2 and Channel 9 News. And in this picture, we are wearing some orange spacesuits. The parents surprised us with these orange spacesuits in honor of winning the SSEP.
On May 18th, we presented at LSU. These posters were posted all around campus inviting professors and students. Dr. Bondioli, Dr. Wafel, Dr. Gusick, and Dr. Lynn came. The runner-up, Bria, who was in our class, was also able to present that day. Our whole class came with us. And that day, we were able to give our thanks to Dr. Lynn and Dr. Bondioli for all their help with our experiment.
Of course, everybody knows that the first launch got canceled, but while we were there and waiting, we all took a picture. It's our team, our two teachers, Miss Tammy Wood, Dr. Jeff Goldstein, our principal, Mr. Dewey Davis, and our superintendent, Mr. Warren Drake. Mr. Drake had fun playing with the manatees while he was there. Since the launch got canceled, I was the only one that was lucky enough to be able to go back and watch the launch.
We have learned many lessons throughout this whole experience, and we would like to mention a few. The first one we're going to mention is that one can never assume in science.
Always confirm your information with an expert.
Research, research, research. There's never too much research.
Always follow protocol.
Excellent takes a lot of work. Never give up.
Science is a continual process of problem solving.
And the last one we're going to mention is that science demands collaboration. We would have never made it here today without the help of our community. Thank you.